p.m., so not really more anymore. But we are going to be doing some finished touches to this painting down here. I took a photo of this piece yesterday and was looking over it on my phone and realized that, you know, I don't think she's fully complete, even though she kind of is. Also, I just want to let you know that, wait, let me show you. So this is a second panel, and it's going to end up being framed as such. So there's going to be a separating piece in between. And yeah, I think it's really important when painting to not get too attached to the outcome. I say this probably in every single video because I think that's the primary lesson that I'm learning in life. Don't get too attached. Don't be too controlling. And that applies heavily to this painting over here. And I feel like, yeah, I feel like I've spent a lot of time on her already, but it's not hitting the spot for me. And when I think of her in a space, I feel like she still doesn't have that power, that like that vibe yet. So we're going to break her down a little bit and hopefully capture the whole process of completing her in this video. We are live, by the way. I don't know if I mentioned it. And I don't even know if I'm gonna put this, make this public after recording it, but we're just gonna go ahead. Also, I didn't really check if my headphones are coming through. I'm hoping that the sound that you hear is from my headphones and not from the phone, because then I'm just talking into mid-air and you can't hear anything right now. So fingers crossed that you actually hear what I'm saying. We're just gonna go ahead. Yeah. I guess if you're here with me, feel free to like comment and let me know if you actually hear what I'm saying, because this was untested. And if you don't hear what I'm saying, just maybe message me or comment in the video. Like, I don't hear what you're saying, you know? Okay, so I kind of had an idea already of what I do, but I think we're gonna go very safe. So I'm not gonna, because it's like finals, so wait, let's see. What do you guys think? What do you think I should do? Okay. So I really don't want to overthink it, you know, I just want to go for it. And I love these like imperfect strokes that we got going here. Kind of feel like I maybe want, yeah, maybe want to have this a little bit inward. Is there any logic to this? No, I could not in a million years explain why I feel like that needed to happen. Actually, no. In a million years' time, I probably could. I probably could in 30 minutes. I just don't know if I want to think about how to vocalize and communicate it. Do you guys actually hear what I'm saying, by the way? Sure. Are you proposing? Could you tell me if you can actually hear my voice, by the way? Just write it in the leave in comments. Like, do you hear me talking? I'm just trying to figure out if Grave Walker. I'm trying to figure out if my headphones are connected or if you. So just somebody let me know. Okay, you can, yay! Okay, so I guess it's my headphones. So that means I can be really far away and you can still hear me. Okay, great. And that means you can hear me eating my pear, which is just fabulous. Okay, we're basically finishing off this painting. That's the goal. And this is like, I just started doing these live videos 3 days ago. And I realized that I don't really usually think when I'm painting anyway, so I can ramble on. Because I feel like I'm using a different part of my brain when I'm painting. I'm just intuiting the whole thing. In a way, it kind of almost helps me to be more present. Weirdly, I might take that back. I might decide that's that's not the case. Um, yeah, so this painting, technically, I thought she was done, but then when I was looking at her on my phone, it just didn't feel quite there yet. So and people ask me all the time, like, how do you know when oh wait, a big outline liner in the middle, lamb masterpiece, black outline. Right. Okay, I think you're talking about what you see in the painting. There's so much that you could probably there's so much going on, honestly. I don't even attempt to analyze my paintings until I'm done with them because I never really know what's going on. And I just view them as like a psychoanalytic session with myself where I'm like, oh, is that how I'm feeling? And then um yeah, I've also been doing these improvisational writing snippets, looking at my paintings afterwards to see what comes up. It's almost like I'm dreaming through the process. And the whole idea is that it's not like I purposefully attempted this to be my method as an artist, right? It just happened so that it happened very naturally that I just like to paint without thinking, and it makes me feel really relaxed and it gives me perspective on life as well. It's like there's something about when you let go and just allow the creativity to flow through you. You just allow the painting to come through you without like thinking at all, right? That it kind of makes you realize that that is, in a sense, the goal to approach life in too, which I have a really hard time doing. I am kind of a control freak. And like I have a really hard time embracing uncertainty in my life. And I've been working really hard on that, like I guess to try to bring my approach to painting into my life. It's almost like maybe that's why I became a painter, you know? So I had to learn the lesson of letting go. There's so many layers of letting go that you have to be cool with as an artist. Like one obviously is the fact that once you're finished with a painting, you have to be okay with it going to its rightful home. You can't cling on to your paintings forever. And I've also dealt with that struggle because I have spending so much time on a piece of work, you really care about it and you don't want to send it off. And then there's also the letting go of like you're never going to make the perfect painting. It's never going to be perfect. And you have to at some point decide now it's finished. And how do you decide now it's finished? Because in life, you're never, finished. I could technically continue painting this painting for the rest of my life, and it will never be finished as I will never be. We are always evolving. So there's all these like at some point you just have to let go and be like, you know what? That's it. Just treat it like a photograph. Like, just capturing a moment in time. So that's how I see it now. It's like, is the time finished? Is this moment finished? Let's see if anyone else has. Kidding, trying to add a little humor. Thanks, Will. Actually, I don't know if I should like say thank you. to that because I'm not like proud of being a bit of a perfectionist. But I appreciate it. I appreciate it. I think I really care about just capturing a certain rawness with my work. And so yeah, I am very hard on myself. Like so when I feel like something's perfect, I'm always like, but is it though? Like could I work on it more? Am I just getting comfortable? You know, like in life, am I just settling over here or could I definitely work on this more? And a lot of times that entails destroying what I just created. So maybe it's like I'm trying to defeat my own perfectionism, right? It's like there's no place for perfectionism in life. But yes, like am I hard on myself? Uh, I am, and I'm working on it because I mean I think we have to learn to be our own best friend and cheerleader, and we can be like the most difficult person in our life probably to deal with is ourselves, right? Damn, I'm just over here saying some words of wisdom. Means you pay a lot of attention to the details of the book. Aw, thank you. Thanks, Will. That's really encouraging, actually. I appreciate it because it's kind of a mess. I'm kind of painting a mess, but it's like cool that you're seeing the perfectionism in that, I guess. Well, I think I feel a great sense of responsibility to like create the coolest thing I can create in this given moment. And I'm also highly aware of the fact that like it's only gonna get better with time, but you know, at some point you just have to call it like quits. You have to be like, okay, this is it. This is the best I can do right now. And um, yeah, it's weird also. Like I really don't think about my completed pieces too much usually. I kind of just let it done. And maybe because I don't want to get too attached to it because I know it's going to leave me. So I'm like, okay, I already finished it. I birthed her. Now like someone needs to come and like pick her up, right? But if I start getting too attached and I think about it too much, I'm like, oh, you know, this one is just like, I don't know, because they're all very special. I feel like it would just make it very difficult for me to be actually a working artist. I think, you know, because the whole point is to bring this out into the world and like, yeah, like lately, something I've been thinking about a lot is the fact that I think artists are here to serve society in some way. So we can't get like too selfish about it. It's so funny because people think like artists are selfish, right? And there's definitely, I think there is a self-centeredness to it because we are very focused on ourselves and our experience because that's the only way you can make art, right? But I feel like we're really creating things for society, for people. Because if I just make this and I keep it, you know, to myself and I don't show it to people, then what's the point? Like, you know, I just feel like being constantly only in output mode is unsustaining and eventually burn out. So just realizing like, no, I'm like, I am articulating things that maybe other people are feeling, and I'm just a channel or I'm just a tool for that. It's actually really cool. It's my first time doing a live session where I'm just chatting away while painting and oil painting. This is quite fun for me actually. This is stuff I think about, you know, and then like just opening the dialogue and just um yeah, I think it's very cool. It's super, super cool. And I think it also like potentially um sort of, I guess, gives me the exercise of articulating what it is that I am trying to express, which is tough. It's tough, gosh. It's not easy to, you know, that's why we paint. That's why we pick a medium, because maybe it's harder to explain it, you know, with words. I'm already liking it so much, but I really wanted to kind of minimize the chaos, to be honest. I mean, the chaos is always there in the background. I apologize for the sound of me eating a pear. It's very, yeah, maybe it's distracting. I don't know. It's only been 15 minutes. Wow. Okay. Okay. Feels like a lifetime. Um, yeah, so usually when I'm painting, I'm on a podcast or something. And I do have a funny habit of talking to myself, but usually I do that on my walks. And you gotta find ways to feel social when your job is inherently very solitary, you know? Otherwise, you will lose your mind, which inevitably happens anyway. I just saw this like post. I've reposted it on my Instagram, but it's like the chicken or the egg, you know, does making art make the artist crazy? Or do you make art because you are crazy? And I'm like, it really truly is both. Um, but I think you have to be a bit crazy for sure to keep doing it because there will be endless reasons for why you shouldn't keep doing it. So the fact that despite all of that, you're like, nah, I'm gonna keep doing that thing that makes no sense to do. And yeah, you do have to be a bit nuts. But oddly enough, I think it also, if you don't have these mechanisms in place and tools in place, then it can also drive you totally crazy. So you have to just balance that out somehow. Um, a finish line in the bottom of the corner, and you are the mess who calls everything carry day to day to cross the finish line. I know, I'm like, what am I doing being so deep right now at 2 p.m.? I'm newly awake right now. Yeah, I'm newly awake, but I think my brain just goes into the depths of everything, which is also why I so easily get depressed because I think I just like don't really see the point in so many things because I'm like, this is all going to wither and be impermanent anyway. And that's where my natural mind goes. And that's also why I'm like, let me just destroy and like not be afraid to destroy what I painted because it is not going to be here forever anyway. And yeah, but you have to be careful with that depth, I guess, because you can just drag yourself into a hole if you're not careful. So that's my homework in this life, I guess. It's just like, it's okay to be deep, don't feel bad about that. But maybe don't let it like eat you up. And so I think like doing these live sessions where I can like share some of these thoughts is kind of fun because it's like, okay, well, I'm not like in a hole by myself having these crazy thoughts. I'm in a hole with you. Um, Yeah. And like, I don't know, there's definitely, I'm sure there's so many people out there that think in a similar way, and they maybe are like you guys maybe are also feeling like the chaos right now, and you're just trying to find your place in this world? Like, how can I be useful? Like, how can I contribute to some good in an environment that is constantly dragging us into heaviness? Like, can heaviness and darkness be used for something productive or floral? Yeah, like I really deeply feel that. Okay, what is even happening here? So I don't know if you can tell, but like I'm kind of undoing what I've painted, right? But it's like this painting has gone through so much reform, so much restructuring. Like I completed her 3 times before, and I'm right now, my goal is to complete her for the final time. And I don't really want to keep destroying her. I mean, if I'll do what I have to do, but I call it destruction, but it's not really destruction. I think it's more like refurbishment, but truthfully, this painting looks very, very different to the first painting underneath her and the second painting as well. So now they all have become her history, which I quite love. But you know, if there's one takeaway, and I think probably every single video that I am about to make here on forth, it is that don't get too attached to the outcome. Enjoy the process as much as you can. And don't feel bad when you feel lost and you don't know what the heck is like happening, or maybe you destroyed something that was really good. You're like, wait, what? That was actually a good part of the painting. Don't feel bad about that. And like think about the relevancy of that with life. Sometimes we mess up, but that teaches us to hopefully not mess up in the same way again. But I don't think the point of life is to not mess up. I think we should mess up. I think we would be bored if we never mess up. And I think, like, imagine watching, this is like another metaphor that I've been doing, but like, imagine a movie that you already know exactly the entire story plot before you even start watching the movie. Would you watch that movie? I highly doubt it. Like, maybe that's where depression comes. Oh my, that is profound. I don't know who's here with me right now, but like, that is profound. Would you watch the movie if you know exactly what's going to happen? Okay. Oh, hi. Hi, Poppy. Oh my gosh. Aw, that's so sweet that you're here with us. I'm just rambling away while I'm painting. We're just doing a paint ramble. Uh, but yeah, I was just thinking like maybe that's when we start to feel a bit down, is when we feel like everything in life is feeling a bit too predictable. So, you know, there is a purpose behind destruction. There is a purpose behind not knowing what is going to happen tomorrow. You know, as scary as it is, I think fear is such a big subject right now. Like there's so many things that, I mean, I'm afraid of a lot of things. But like don't let that prevent you from doing the thing, because you would be bored if you were never afraid. If you were never in a situation that you had to confront uncertainty, you would probably be bored. Also, I'm really liking what's happening here. Before I started this live session, I had no idea it was gonna end up looking like this. I thought maybe I was gonna end up messing it up a little bit too much, or like be too afraid to even start painting live. Like maybe just moving back and forth and being like, oh, what should I do? What should I do? But you know, we actually went for it. And this actually feels, yeah, and I know my posture is not ideal. Also, it's taking me 24 minutes to eat this pear, and I'm still not done with it, which is crazy. Mm. Okay, so yeah, something that, well, there's so many things that I've learned this year when it comes to painting, but something that I have lately become very appreciative of as a technique is the whole layering process. I used to think I just wanted everything to go on there thick and then always maintain the color on my brush, but now I realize like actually there's a delicacy to when you do thin transparent layers that is quite emotional. And so that is something that I've been doing much more lately. We're not really doing many techniques at the moment or using many tools right now. I'm actually just using oil paint and one brush, but it's also because we're at the final layer right now. I'm hoping that I'll be happy with her the time we're done with this live session. But like like um I forgot what I was gonna say. That's okay. That is totally okay. I'm still a little bit flabbergasted at how I'm still eating this pear. It feels like it's growing. Hmm. Yeah, like so what we're doing right now is so simple. I'm actually just going into a dark blue, occasionally with like a tint of black, and we're just undoing what we have done. But you never really fully undo it because the layers behind sort of bleed through, you know? Do I have a time frame in mind for this live session? Yeah, I do, because I got a guest coming. But I've been getting so excited about doing more live videos that I just had to do one today. And I might even do one tonight. So if anyone's still here with me, ooh, yeah, a few of you guys are here with me. If you are enjoying being here with me while I'm painting, I will be doing so many more of these, maybe like as often as I can. Um, and finding different ways to share, what I make with you. Sometimes I'll be just doing these short 15-minute drawings that I complete within that time frame. And so if you guys like that, feel free to subscribe to my channel and join me on these live sessions. And if you want to paint with me, you can. But for now, I'm just gonna be hitting the live button whenever, and eventually I'll develop a schedule so that you guys can be prepared and maybe join me. But I just want to get into the groove at this very decent moment in time and try not to burn out. So I can't give myself too many rules because otherwise I'm going to rebel against myself. So, yeah, oh, this is just actually gorgeous. You can't really see it, but I also really hope that my internet's okay because we're using VPN. Let me bring you a little bit closer, actually. You may wonder why I have two panels, one on the top and one on the bottom. I'm not going to answer that here right now, but you could maybe help me with that answer in the comments. Why do you think I have a sunset as a top panel and this chaos as a bottom panel? What does it mean? Whatever could it mean? What does it represent? How does it make you feel? Um, I heard a statistic somewhere that people tend to be way more likely to artwork that is light in color. I don't know if that statistic was specific for where I'm located right now, which is China, or if that's in the world, but I think it would make sense if it's the whole world because usually, I mean, if you're purchasing an artwork for your home or something, I imagine that it makes sense to want to keep it bright because usually people go with bright furniture as well, right? Um, but I don't know why. Maybe it's just because I'm so dark and twisted. I don't know if I actually am, but yeah, I really don't know if I am. I think I'm colorful. But yeah, so we'll go along with that narrative that I think I have been quite enjoying making darker pieces. Um, yeah, I think it's important as an artist just to paint what comes to you naturally at any given moment, and be truthful to that, and not be so concerned about the market, you know? Not be concerned about the market maybe at all if you are brave enough to follow your heart. Being an artist is a bit of a brave act. You're putting yourself out there. You're putting yourself out there. You're putting your heart out there, your mind out there, your thoughts out there. And you have to be ready to take a beating if people don't like your work, and not get totally broken, or maybe you will break, but just get up and stand up again and continue painting. Oh my gosh, I'm so happy you guys are still here with me, listening to my rant and the sound of me eating a pear. Well, it's been 30 minutes now. It doesn't feel like 30 minutes. I don't know what it feels like. It feels like, I don't know, it kind of feels like 2 hours for me. So the final layer usually, man, I don't know, like, I think it's one of the funnest things that I do is the final layer, because you've already put in all that work before. So it feels like, oh wow, like she's so fast at getting all this, getting it done. But no, there was so much prep that went into it. So I think the first layer and the final layer is my favorite. The layer is just noise. It's just like, maybe I should enjoy it more, because maybe that the middle layers represents the journey, right? But I feel like the middle layers, just a lot of the times I just feel like I'm making mistake after mistake and try not to get bothered by the mistakes as well, which is very challenging. Okay, so what I want, I'm looking at how it looks like through the camera, because it helps me sort of gauge the balance. We're gonna do something here. Gosh, I'm just on fire right now. I'm just gonna, but I should keep up this positive talk to myself, because usually my mind is quite ruthless and in the self-dialogue. Like, I'm pretty mean to myself. So what I realized recently, I'm like, how can that be a good experience for me if I'm never satisfied, you know? I gotta give myself some rewards in my mind. But yeah, I mean, truthfully, my base nature is I don't really feel like I'm ever doing good enough. And I think that's why it gives me this fuel to keep going back to painting. But it also, on a good day, it's very driven and motivating. And on a bad day, it can be awful, actually. It's it doesn't really make you wanna, yeah, I mean, doesn't really want to make you do anything, because you're like, well, whatever I do is not gonna be good enough anyway. So why even do it? But on a good day, I'm very motivated. I'm like, I got, like, how good can I act, you know? Like, I feel like I have a job to do. I have a job and responsibility to make things look as good as they can and to continue improving as an artist. And that's what we are doing, guys. That's what we are here for. Starting to have that graffiti look to it. It's dope. Yeah, yeah. You know, when I first started out, I was so anti things like street art and graffiti. I was like, no, I want to, I'm being very honest right now. I was like, I know, I want to be like, you know, fine art, all that. And then I've been out in this industry for several years now, and I just realized, like, just do you, like, just paint what comes to you, and it doesn't matter what style, like what, like whatever, like it can look like street art, it can look like graffiti, it can look like expressionism, impressionism. Why not just bridge all the genres? And yeah, I think that's where I'm at right now. So I'm like, I totally embrace that. I love that. Yeah. And I think that's hella contemporary too, because we absorb graffiti almost on a daily basis nowadays, right? It's across from, yeah, I think that's what it is. But it's like basically this year I went through a bit of a, I actually went through like a massive meltdown for like months, and I'm coming out of it right now because I realized I was like, I think I was trying to fit into a box, even though being an artist, obviously you're not in a box, but I felt like I had an idea of how I wanted my work to look. And this year, just like that box just fell and broke into pieces. And I'm like, I'm over that. I'm just going to paint whatever comes to me. And it's like, if I think it's cool, I succeeded, because someone out there is going to relate to my perspective. So yeah, dude, thanks. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. But yeah, it's just like, don't have any preconceptions of like how you want to be painting. I think that is how you discover your style. Like if anyone here is an artist and they're wondering, going your on to something. Okay, got it. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I do feel like I'm planting a new seed now, like braver than ever. And I want to encourage that in people too. It's like, be brave to be you. And man, that's hard. That's hard in this society when everybody judges you. But it is so worthwhile. Because I also, like right now with Will, I feel like we're having a moment, and like I want to I want to attract people who are also like into that level of authenticity. And I think the world right now needs that with freaking social media and everyone just putting on a facade. And I think it's so important to just like put your foot down and be like, nah, like I am just gonna do me. And people who vibe with that, they're gonna vibe with that. Wow. Still eating this pear. Almost 40 minutes in and we're still eating this pear. And I actually think like biting into this pear is making it grow somehow. But yeah, I think like I've been wanting to make these videos in a long time because I think so much about how painting can is so informative about life and how it mirrors back to us about life. But I was overthinking the heck out of it, and I think I just got over myself as well. I'm like, I'm just gonna press the live button and just be live about it. Yeah. Wait, I do need to check. Okay. Yeah. So I have a guest coming in like an hour and a half. So I have like another 30 minutes that I can spend on this painting, which am I able to finish it in 30 minutes? Maybe. I think that's a reasonable amount of time. And I was thinking of maybe tonight or something doing another quick 15-minute um, doodle live as well. So if you guys want to join me for that, feel free to join me for that. Um, yeah, I'm just gonna push it. I'm gonna push it and see what kind of videos, what kind of live sessions are really enjoyable for me. And then eventually I'll develop a schedule because right now it's just free flow. I just want to make sure I don't burn out. That's something that's very classic of me. I get really excited about something and then I overdo it and then I burn out. And the cycle repeats. Then I burn out. And what happens when I burn out? I still paint, but I yeah, I start to go into the more melancholic side of things and get way too in my head. Where there's light, there are shadows, right? And we just have to manage our shadows, which is like perfect, right? Because you got light and shadows in this painting as well. Yeah, on what Will was saying with the graffiti thing, I do think it's very cool because like I'm using oil materials right now, which is like a traditional medium, but it definitely has like a funky graffiti vibe to it. Expressionist, impressionist, whatever you want to call it. I've also been interested to play around with text at some point because my work is so flow state and I'm very word centered as well. I love words. So it would be really cool if like I have these quotes that just come to me as downloads and I write them into the painting as well. I think that could be really fun. Yes, sir. And I realize my posture is never really good, but you get the live action. All right. I should totally hire like a posture posture therapist to watch me paint and give me some tips on how not to mess up my back in the long run because you know your body and your health is everything. Right, right. Um, yeah, so I don't know if you've noticed, but I'm only really using two, three colors over here, like several shades of blue. And because the paint in the back, some of it is not dry yet. So it's creating these interesting shades as well. But I'm not actually purposefully doing anything here. And then sometimes I'm using a lot of turpentine or linseed oil. And that means the layer is transparent. So then the color behind it comes through. So even I'm covering all this in the back, it wasn't for nothing. But it's still coming through somehow. Yeah. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? I feel like I could do this all day, to be honest. Like maybe I'll just do a 24-hour live painting session at some point. I would lose my voice. And I don't know if you'd watch it for too long if I'm not rambling on. So let's see. Also, it's like how much can I really say about the painting process, right? Can I talk for 24 hours? That would be pretty impressive. Challenge accepted. I'm totally gonna do it. Not right now, but like a solo podcast show on painting. Ooh, I really like your rambles. I've been watching your shorts for a minute and they're always fascinating. Oh my gosh, thank you. Thank you, Lady Star. I like your name. I really appreciate it. Like mm, I'm trying to find my way. Like I'm trying to figure out what my vibe is with these videos and I've not been overthinking them. I've been really loving making the shorts because I'm just like I feel like I just record whatever is interesting to me and if I overthink it, I'm less likely to make them, right? And I'm trying to post one every single day. But with these longer formats, I was overthinking it. I didn't know how to start. So I was like, I'm just gonna go live. And I think by going live, I get a better idea of like what is interesting to you guys. Thanks so much, girl. Yeah. Yeah. This this is taking care of me because this actually feels a little bit social. And I definitely went through a little bit of a difficult time this year, and I'm now coming out of it. And we are we're coming in hot, Like yeah, I'll talk more about it in future videos about like mental health and things like that. And like I really think that those more difficult times that we face and the struggles that we experience, I think that they essentially inform our path. When you're going through a hard time, it's usually your system telling you that something's off, something's wrong, you need to make a change. but you're so scared. And so you feel this resistance and you just don't want to do the thing that your soul knows that you need to do. Um, and I got so sick of myself basically, and I just realized, like, you know what? I'm just gonna do all the things that I'm so afraid of, including this video, right? Like a live video like this. Yeah, yeah, definitely. I mean, I'm rambling in flow state right now. Yeah, I just think we should all think a little bit less and just be a little bit more. And man, like I feel like we are all so bombarded by information these days that it can truly prevent us from taking any action. And I don't know, maybe that can also be a takeaway in this video. It's just like go do the thing that you've been wanting to do. Like, did you want to make that embroidery? Like, just go do that thing. You're gonna feel really good after you've done it. And stop overthinking. Well, that's like advice that I have. I don't know if you guys resonate, but I think we can really be so much in our heads a lot of the times. Okay, so yeah, but making videos recently has been very, very fun. And I'm trying to do it in a way that it continues to be fun for myself. So that means just experimenting, right? Like I don't want to get stuck in any mold yet. I don't know if I ever want to get stuck in a mold. I think I'll always want to switch things up, but I think especially right now, I think it's important to just continue experimenting and discover who I am through this process or who I am becoming because we eternally are always changing. And I don't know if you guys have noticed, there's just so much going on in the world right now. And obviously, we are going to be impacted as like a society. So a lot of us are experiencing big changes as well in our lives. I think it's just important to give ourselves a moment to figure out like, who am I now? You know, maybe I am not the same person that I was last year. Maybe I don't care about the same things anymore, you know? And like, it's wild because I'm doing all the same things. I'm still an artist, but my art has changed so much. I was even wondering if I was on the pinnacle of quitting because nothing about my human experience was feeling right anymore. Like I wanted a big change, like maybe a big move. And it was freaking me out because I was like, I don't want to change, you know, I'm comfortable. But the truth is, I guess like it was my system telling me that we're no longer comfortable being comfortable. I just realized my eyeshadow matches the painting. I haven't used any colors for my makeup in a long time. I used to do crazy eye makeup all the time. Reds, purples, greens, like crazy. I used to use green lipstick as well, but like in the last 5 years, I mostly just go with nudes. And today I decided to go neon. Mm. Also, to be fair, I don't usually put makeup on when I'm in the studio, but today's a special day. I don't know why, but it just feels that way. Just feels like a special day, you know? So right now, I'm actually just pretty much putting on a transparent layer. Yeah. Where are you guys at right now? Like which country? Are you guys in the States? Yeah, feel free to leave in the comments so I know where you are, where you guys are. in the world right now because I doubt that you are where I am. Highly, highly doubt. Carolina. Ooh, whoa, okay. That's pretty far. Do you guys want to guess where you think I am? Continent or country? Nice. I've been to Oregon. I've not been to Carolina. That's so cool. Oh, I love that. I love that you guys are in just different parts in the world. Okay, well, yeah. Okay, yeah, Will got it right. Yeah, because I guess you were listening. You were listening at the beginning of the video. I am in China. And so I shouldn't even be able to access YouTube. I'm using a VPN. And yeah, that's why I like know you guys are probably not in China. And I will be going to Japan actually in a few days, which is kind of exciting. I go to Japan quite often actually, but this time it's for work. So exciting, exciting, exciting. Hi to China. Where are you right now, ladies? Are Oh wait, no, yeah, you're in Oregon. Oregon. Yeah, Oregon is pretty cool. I did a road trip in America and I covered a lot of the states back then. I went for like 2 months or something. Because I used to live in New York and I spent a good deal of time in New Mexico, especially, which I love. Colorado's also quite cool. Arizona is really beautiful. Yeah, I might be going to San Francisco next year, guys. So I might be traveling around America again, which is kind of cool. It's been 2 or 3, no, wait, actually, COVID years are weird. I think it's been almost like 5 years since I've been to the States, which is a little bonkers. So now we're using some other colors, not just black. Yeah, now that I'm like, I feel like I'm winding down. I'm starting to have doubts whether I'm able to do a live session while flow state talking for 24 hours. I think that would be really, really intense. Like I would deserve a gold medal after doing that. That would be pretty crazy. Pretty, pretty crazy. Let's see if any of y'all have. Oh, about 10% left. It'd be a killer to see an art showing of yours when you're in America. Yeah, I got approached by a Miami gallery recently and a gallery in Atlanta. But we'll see. I think probably in San Francisco. That I think is likely to happen maybe next year. That would be so cool. And since I'm doing these live videos, like I probably just promote it here. I'll be like, yo, guys, I got a show coming up if y'all wanna come on by. So right now, the closest show I got coming up is gonna be in Japan early next year. I had some other things I was gonna do this year, but some other like brand collaborations came up. So I'm gonna be doing that instead. We might be doing a film, guys, which is exciting. Yeah, I always wanted to try to do like an art film. So that's what's happening later this year. And then early next year is going to be in Japan. I don't know if any of you guys are going to be in Japan. I will. I'll keep you guys updated. This is so exciting. You guys are right now joining me on my third ever live video. So I'll be doing this way, way more often, and hopefully we can slowly start building like a little community here where we talk real talk, art talk, you know. This is so fun actually. Wow. Like I can't believe I was so nervous about doing something like that. Because I have social anxiety, believe it or not. No one would ever think that because when you meet me, I'm always like all sunshine and like good vibes, but that's just because I don't want to ever be a downer for anybody. I always want to put out, good energy, but that can be exhausting. There's something about like just being in my own space right now, talking about what I'm interested in talking about. Like there's something so charging about that. And I'm sure at some point someone will join us and have some negative opinions that I'm gonna have to deal with, but I'm not there yet. So far, you guys have all been really, really sweet. Let's keep it that way. Let's let's keep it like a good vibe community. Art and good vibes. Uh, yeah, like last weekend I did an art healing workshop, and I think maybe that also prompted me in just going live because I realized that it's so beautiful to be making art with people and opening the dialogue and just talking about all the things that I think about, you know, because you have so much time to think when you're by yourself in the studio painting. You're just like contemplating existence and everything. And it's nice to have people to share that with, you know. Um, so normally I actually eat really fast, but like this pair would have been done in, I don't know, 2 minutes or something. So I actually think maybe just to eat slower, I should just go live every time. So I get so distracted. Okay, I'm gonna go. Yeah, I keep looking in as well just to see if I'm liking how it's looking. And I think I still want this to be a bit darker, which is scary. Like it's kind of scary to make the center part darker. But like dude, that's so crazy. Like why am I scared to do that? Like I can always just paint over it again. And that's the psychological lesson that we learn from painting is go make that mistake. You can always go back. I mean, maybe not always, but it will always end up adding to your book of experiences and wisdom and make you a better person, you know? So yeah, I think there's so much fear in the world. Like I feel like everyone's just like so afraid to take action and like make mistakes. But how are you supposed to learn anything if you don't make those mistakes? Okay. See, like I don't think that was a good idea. So what are we gonna do now? We're just gonna like, but hey, that looks kind of cool, doesn't it? Yeah, so if I didn't like fully remove it. Okay. Solid. Solid, solid. I'm loving. I'm actually really liking this. It's actually really satisfying. Yeah, I'm also gonna be setting up my Patreon again soon. Thanks so much, Will. Wow, you're still here. Yeah, that is so flattering that you're just here, like joining my rambles. Um, yeah, I really appreciate it, guys. This is actually so fun. But yeah, so I'm thinking of starting my Patreon account again. Years ago in 2020, I actually started making some YouTube videos, and that was awkward AF. That was the first time I was talking into a camera. And it was so awkward. It's very weird doing that. And I was making videos consistently during that time, but it didn't really like it was so much effort and it didn't really work out. I got burnt out and I was like, yeah, this is not really worth my time. So I ended up just going, like basically just continuing on with the in-person stuff like exhibitions in person and stuff like that. And I completely forgot about YouTube. I didn't even like think about it. And this year, I also had a Patreon account back then, but that also kind of didn't work out. I think I was just awkward. I didn't really know how to be myself and show up as myself. Yeah. Well, that's the thing. Like, I think this year I just hit like a different zone where I'm like, I just don't even want to, I just want to be me and I just want to be like I don't want to like I think there was such a try hard vibe before like when I tried it last time I was like really trying to fit into some sort of mold and this year I'm just like I don't know I'm just gonna show up as myself and see what happens and not take this so seriously. I would love to change that, Will, to like do what makes you uncomfortable but show up as yourself, which is very uncomfortable publicly like this, you know? But anyway, yeah, so I'm starting all of that again, but it's gonna be like a totally different vibe. I think way more just community based, real, and I think like the authenticity is gonna be at the forefront of what I want to build here now. Yeah, so super exciting that you guys are with me like at this beginning steps for something hopefully really awesome to come. Yeah, I think I just really want to have real conversations. Like I'm like the kind of conversations that I'm so desperately craving myself right now. Like just why not be the instigator of that? And you guys can join me and we can have these like chats and just like a little art corner. Mm, like one of the things I'm also thinking of doing is with a Patreon account, but I might not set that up immediately because I want to make sure that's a little bit more mature. To do these like art healing workshops once or twice a month with the new moon and the full moon, where you guys can actually join me and I would time it. So I would schedule it in advance and we do a meditation together and then we create an artwork together. And it's just about connecting with this flow state with our inner child and some healing work that I would be guiding with you guys and, shadow work through art, right? Which is what I do here all day. So just bringing that to you guys, creating like a workshop format for that, like, yeah, on Patreon. That's something that is probably gonna come maybe in a month or two, I think. I want to first get more comfortable with these videos so I don't burn myself out like I always do. I am such a burner out type. No, I'm just kidding. It's just like when I get just way too excited when I get excited and I overdo it. So with years of experience with myself, now I'm like, I'm not going to make any promises here, but that's what I'm aiming for. And I think it's a matter of time. My heart's in the right place. I want to bring my passion, my love to you guys so that it can be helpful for you as it has been for me. And like, yeah. All right. It's almost 3 p.m. where I am. So I'm probably going to wrap up very soon. I also have 4% on my phone. So also quick question, Will, since you've been here with me the whole time, I think Lady Star has also been with me here with us for a while. It's like an hour. It's an hour and 4 minutes. Anyway, so how is the video quality overall? Because I know the internet is not so great. I'm using VPN. And how is the voice quality overall? Just so I know if like this is an okay format to get going and to start these live chats. And I'll probably okay. Wow. Wow. Okay, well, props to technology. I'm just using my Sony headphones. Sick. Oh, that's really good to know. So I'll just start like this, casual. We'll just hang out, you know? And then I think over time I will upgrade my equipment, but I think for now I just want to get comfortable and not over commit before I'm like fully in the zone and it's become like part of my everyday. Awesome. Yeah, and I think like if you guys have any cool video ideas for me, feel free to drop in my comment box anytime on any of my videos, like, because it's kind of hard to gauge, what might be interesting for you guys that is just a part of my normal life. I realize it is a bit unusual to be literally like coloring for a living. So like maybe there's some angles that you guys would be interested in me discussing in future. So you can definitely just comment on any of my videos and let me know. Okay. I think it's looking pretty bomb. Wow. Yeah, I'll do a studio tour for you guys at some point. Oh gosh, this is like I just like am I allowed to love my own paintings? 'Cause I'm kind of loving it. I'm kind of really digging it. Like I think it's great. Like who made this? Did I make it? What? Until tomorrow when I'm gonna come in and be like, oh, I hate it. We're gonna have to change it again. But at this very moment, I think it's pretty good. Thanks, Will, so much. I appreciate it. It's definitely about finding that balance, and you hit the nail so hard. Yeah, I mean, I burnt out earlier this year from like because I'm doing these shows, right? And it's just like everything is about the show, everything's about the exhibition, and just like bringing art into the world somehow. And I definitely totally neglected myself because I'm so focused on like I just want to bring this to people. So yeah, I think this is going to always be a good reminder for me because in the process of doing that, I have to also take care of myself and just make sure I'm enjoying the process. So I will definitely take breaks when I need to. Um, I think that's going to be like that's probably my primary lesson in this life. Like I I tend to overdo things. Yeah. And I was just thinking earlier this year as well. I was like, why do I feel this responsibility? Like, why do I always want to show up like good for other people? And like, there's obviously a lot of reasons for that, just from my own experiences, but kind of just realizing like the person that matters the most is ourselves, and we have to take care of ourselves before we can do that for anybody else. And that's hard. That's hard. I think a lot of us tend to neglect ourselves, and we might not even know what we really need. But that's also why I think it's like nice, even just like starting to do this online. So I feel like a lot of those times that I've struggled, it's felt quite lonely. Let me maybe by opening this up like online and with you guys,